We are live. Welcome to Support Desk Live. My name is Allie, and I will be your support desk help for today. Couple of quick things before we get started. The first thing is that we answer questions in the order that they come up. You raise your hand, and you will be called on. We try to keep track of the order, and if the members can do us the pleasure of assisting with that every now and again, that'd be great too. We take hands in order based off of some other criteria as well. Your camera on is first, raised, camera off, but voice is second, and chat we answer third, because this support desk session is streamed live to our Facebook group. We also take that recording and we put it up on our YouTube channel as well. So that means you need to be aware that that is going to be made public. So that's how we do that. And so you're aware of that when you come on to have any of your support questions answered. Okay, now let me go ahead and get things started, give you all the ability to turn on your videos if you would like. So now you can do that. And there we go. Hi, Roger. I see you with your hand up, and you were here first. So I do know that. I will give you the ability to unmute. There you go.
Marvelous. Thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Roger, I
Wow.
can.
I love it when a plan comes together. There we go.
Don't you? Me too.
Oh, what's happened there? Now I've lost you. Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm here.
Are you? Hold on. I've done something. I've lost the picture. Where am I? Zoom. Oh, here we go. Right,
There
I've
we
got
go.
you back. Right,
Okay.
sorry. I don't want to be wasting everyone's time here. Right, so I've got two questions. One is just a yes, no, and the other one's a much more fundamental one, if I may.
Okay.
Um, the first one concerns I'm going to be running some webinars free, which are sold as effectively their lead magnets, and they're
Yep.
one is a 60-minute free training webinar, and another is a 10-minute one. Now, we're going to be attracting the leads in some case through platforms like Eventbrite and Meetup and so on. So we're using those to get the prospects in, capture their email addresses and all the rest of it. Now, key question here is then when I run the webinar itself, I'm assuming that I can use the built-in Zoom that is provided by the Zenler platform. Is that correct, or am I going to have to fork out for a completely separate Zoom
Okay.
subscription?
I'm sorry. What was repeat the question for me? I want to make sure.
Okay, so I'm going to organize webinars, public webinars, effectively.
Right. And you're going to
Through,
run them through Eventbrite and
yeah, and of course they ask you for the Zoom account that you're going to use. And up to now, I've been using a third parties because they're helping me with my marketing, digital marketing. But going forward, I want to be able to use my own, and I've been assuming all this time that I can use the bundled Zoom that's with the Zenler package.
okay. I'm actually not sure because I'm not familiar with a lot of integrations. So
Okay,
I will send a if you have a minute, I will go ahead and message the team while I continue on with what we're doing and
that's
find
fine.
out if someone knows because I'm not familiar with Eventbrite. I don't know how that works, and I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm really not sure, so I don't want to
No,
say
that's
anything.
fine. No.
So I will follow up with you on that for sure, hopefully
Thanks ever
before
so
the end
much.
of the day session. But if not, if you go ahead and do me a favor and type your email into the chat, and at the very least, I will make sure to follow up with you via email to let you know for sure on that, because I'm not
Okay,
sure.
much appreciated. And if you could ask them to send the links to the relevant training webinars, training tutorials, that would be really
That will
helpful.
help you with that.
Now,
Absolutely.
now the other question is much more fundamental. So
Okay.
I'm I'm being quite ambitious with what I'm trying to do, and I love the what I've seen of the Zenler platform, which I've been using for 2 years, but. And I've been getting some great support from all you guys, including David, who's done a one-to-one with
Yep.
me and all the rest of it.
Yep.
So there's no complaint in what I'm just going to say here, but here's the thing: I'm not technical, and frankly, I don't want to be. I want to put all my efforts into the value-added stuff that I do. Now, the
Yep.
penalty for that is that I have to pay people who have got brain cells and can actually do what the stuff that I can't do. And I've got a terrific team around me, which I'm paying. So that it's an expensive way of doing stuff as opposed to learning it all yourself.
Right.
But we are having some real issues with the platform. Some of the basic stuff seems to just not work, and it's taken us an awful long time to get there. Now, I'm not going to
Okay.
say that's Zenler's end. That would be completely misleading. It could be completely my fault, or we just have misunderstood it. But here's the point: we need to be able to engage with Zenler to get the necessary support. And I'm talking about experts here, so people who do know the technology and they will understand the language that you're using. But if I've understood it, there are only three ways we can do that. We can watch training webinars, training tutorials, in that I'm including the super accelerator courses, which I've worked through and so on. The second way is on these fantastic sessions. So appreciate what you're doing now.
Hmm.
Appreciate that, but they're once a week, and if you need a quick answer, that doesn't solve
Right.
that problem.
I
And then
understand.
you've got the support people, and they respond really quickly. I'm impressed with them. But you send them an email, they come back to you. But here's the big problem: the sort of stuff that we need to solve are nitty gritty things which I have to explain what I'm doing on my account so that they know exactly what buttons, what configurations I've set up or haven't, or rather my experts have. And just an example of that would be things like getting the custom domain to work. It's taken months to get the custom domain to work because my guy who hosts my custom domain didn't understand what they, or rather, I should say, tried to work out all the what to do from your tutorials, and it just didn't work. So it's taken a long time. It's cost me more money to sort that out than it has a whole year's subscription to Zenler. So it's not good. And the problem is Zenler won't have one-to-ones with you and share screens. So could you tell me what am I doing wrong and what do I need to do to engage with Zenler so I'm following your rules, but I'm able to get what I need out of it? Is that a fair
I
question?
do. It is a fair question, and I do understand what you're saying. And I
Mm,
find, like, yes, you can have these support sessions, but there's lots of information available outside of that. I do want to say we will be expanding support desk sessions and opening up more opportunities for people to come in, because we do understand, the more need there is, the more that we want to fill and take care of that need. So we are doing that, and that's on the agenda. As far as getting one-to-one support and doing stuff like that, that's something for the team on if we're offering that and how that works. Um, and right now, one of the things that I would say is that even though you want to pay people to go ahead and take care of the technical bits that you don't
mm,
understand, a
mm,
lot of times, the technical bits that you don't understand, it makes it a little harder for you to manage the people that are working for you that you're paying to do those things, because
Absolutely.
the custom domain thing is actually like, I'm not, and we get it, Zenler is set up to be friendly. Like, that's one of our main marketing points, is that, non-tech inclined folks will be able to use this system with a lot more ease than a lot of other systems. And that is very true. The custom domain thing, I'm not sure why your people had such a problem with that, but to me, that's a big red flag on who you have working for you. Because the custom domain thing, unless you have some really unique, weird situation, which is rare, the custom domain thing should work very easily based on those tutorials. Lots of people have done it and it works great. So the first thing I would do is take a step back and look at who you're paying to do the work, and if they're familiar enough with this type of thing. Because if you're trying to fight the Zenler interface and the system and do things in a whatever kind of way, then you are going to struggle. You're going to have more struggle. The system is set up to function in a particular way with ease, and if you try to fight that, you are going to have trouble. So my recommendation for you right now going forward is to just go ahead and take a step back, figure out who it is that you have working for you. If you put your email in the chat, I will try to put together a little resource list for you of places where you can go and try to find answers that are a little quicker and a little easier for you when you and your team need them. And I also recommend for anybody else who's having issues with finding their tutorials or figuring out how to get this and that, like, first of all, give yourself a little space and grace. Learning any new system or figuring out how a system works in a workflow can take you some time. So be a little patient with yourself in learning those things. And one of the things that I do when I'm learning something brand new is I create a little bookmark folder for myself, and I bookmark and mark the spots that have the quick tutorials, the quick things that I can do, because they're useful. Because we do have a lot of resources, and that can maybe feel a little overwhelming sometimes. So slow yourself down, bookmark the things, and make a list of the things that you use on Zenler, the tutorials that are the most helpful for you. And eventually that does speed up your process, but it is a process to get to know it for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I accept everything you're saying. I bookmark everything, so
Okay.
you rest assured I've got more
Okay.
bookmarks and hot dinners on Zenler, so
Okay.
that's
Okay.
okay. I can
Okay.
also absolutely confirm there is no way that the expert that I'm using for hosting um, my websites and emails isn't a top expert. He's been hosting for 25 years. What he doesn't know about C names and DNS codes and all the rest of it isn't worth knowing. So that's not the issue. If there's an
Okay.
issue, it's because I haven't done something and I've led him in the
Okay.
wrong direction. The error will almost certainly be with me. But that leads me to the final question, and then I'll must go, let you get on. I'll put my email in after we finished here, so you've got that. But you now do not offer a free version of the Zenler platform, if I've understood it. You've got to pay $47 a month just for the basic version.
Right. There's the 30-day trial. And then after that, yes, that's
That's
how it
right.
works.
So
Correct.
here's the thing. Unless that so the people I'm working with, I can give them admin status on my site so they can do things on my account, but they do not have access to any of the tutorials because you have to be the owner to get access to your tutorials. So now I'm in the ridiculous situation where they I need their help. I need to pay
I
them to
don't,
understand what's going on, and they can't get to the training material. So
I think
it's
they should,
broken my model.
you should be able to, they should be able to get a login on your site
Mm.
and have admin ability, and then go to the tutorial site and log in using that, and they will get access.
Well, I'll try it, but I was told it didn't work by support. That
Oh,
you actually had to have a your own. account, but I'll certainly try
Hmm.
that again.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
If it okay, yeah. I will verify that because it seems right. If you're running a school, I don't know. I'll yeah, we'll move on. Put your email in the chat because I
I will.
download the chat. If you don't put it in there, I won't know it and I can't find it because I wouldn't know how to
Um,
find it. So definitely do
Understood.
that.
And I
And
see there's plenty of people saying that they've been working on the. I think it's Heather said she's like me, not techie, and she managed the custom domain in 6 hours or whatever. So
yeah,
it's proper. I'll be the first to accept it's my
okay.
inadequacy. Right.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you. Thank
helping
you,
me. Really
Roger. Yes,
appreciate.
thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know somebody was in and mentioned Catherine. I don't know if she's still here. She can't raise her hand. Yeah, the React, somebody did text that in the chat. So thank you. Heather did that. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Okay, if you can mute then, Roger, that'd be great. And I will let you unmute Heather because I think you were next. So I'm gonna go ahead and there you go. Hello, Heather. Welcome.
Hey, I I have a question about Zenler Zoom as well. I am doing a course that has all live
Mhm.
um, classes on it, and the course is every Monday, and there's going to be two sessions every Monday, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And so when I go on to schedule the live, I have scheduled one for the morning, and then it says add schedules, and it looks like I can add another time for the same class. But when I do that and I go to put it onto the course's curriculum, it will only let me add one class. So only the morning class is showing up on the course curriculum. So do I need to go in and schedule two separate classes, like on two different screens?
So how do so you have it set up? You have it set up to do what? You have
Okay,
one live set up to run twice a day?
yes, yes. I want to do two lives on one day for every class. And so when I went to set up on the live, it 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 I set it up for the morning, and then there's a button that says add schedule, and it makes it look like I can add another time for that same class. But when I
Yeah,
go into my curriculum
it's not there.
and and I go to add class, add live class, and I go to the title, the topic title, and I click on it, and only the one time is showing up, not both.
Yeah, I probably do need to do two. We can take a look at it though. Let me share my screen and we'll go in and look and see what it does. Let's see. Go there. Sure. I don't. Oh, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Okay.
All right, let's see. We can get this out of my way. There we go. Okay. All right. So you're going into and you're doing a live in a course, right?
Yes.
And you're setting it up as what, a live class
Yes.
is the option? Okay. So let's do this. Create live testing. And you have it set up on single session like
Yes.
this?
I
Okay.
do.
Okay. So today doesn't matter what time. And then add a schedule. So the second one. Okay. Okay. So do all that. I'm making it secret because I don't want it popping up on the thing. So next. Oh, you're doing it in a class. Do I add it in? Okay, so I want to make sure I'm doing this in the way that you did it. Did you set up the live through this area or through your course and connect it that way?
Through my course.
So you didn't create the live first and then add it. You created it from the course clicking through.
Right, but I did go through this process, right? So
Okay.
I did
Okay.
do all that.
Okay. Okay. So that's done. Okay. So
Yes.
now let me go to courses and I'll add that into courses. Okay. And then from there, let's see. So we do live.
Yes.
And then we're going to select this one. Okay. So now, let's see, can I do that? No, I can only one app.
Right there.
What was that?
Okay, so see what it only has one
Right.
time on there.
Right. It only allows, right. And that's what it's going to do. So, like, even when I come in here now, that's correct. I can't add a different one. But what you can do is you can add another lesson. So what I would do was I would just name the first lesson session 1 and the second lesson session 2 and just schedule it as 2. Because yeah, it's not going to give you can't do 2 lives in one. I can't even add another live. Like I can add more text, I could add a down, I could add lots of other things to this first lesson, but I cannot create 2 live sessions for one lesson. Okay.
Okay, so my question then is if I go in and add another lesson and I click on that same title,
No, you
is it
can't.
going to come up that,
No, it's going to show the first session, the one that's coming up next. So, uh, what should happen, and I'm not, it'll give you the next time when it's time. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like when we do reoccurring lives, it is only going to show you the most current date and time that's available. Once that current date and time is passed, it shows the next one, you know?
oh, okay. And would that be then the same Zoom link for both sessions?
If you have set it up that way with the one session, the one link.
Yes.
Let's go back to the live site. Yeah, it's the same link because this is the direct join link, and that's not going to change if you have it set up in the
Okay.
same one. Now, if you have it set up in 2 different classes, 2 different lives, then it will.
Right. Right. So I can use that same because I like to send out the direct link to all the students as well because some have gotten confused about registering for the class and they
Yep,
don't
that does
understand that.
happen.
So I like to send them the direct link and I just wanted to make sure it was only one link for both times.
Yes. So if you copy this URL after you create the event, you can paste that into an email and do yeah, exactly like that. And then they don't have to go through the registration process even. It's just a direct join link. You can send it to somebody in a messenger chat, you know?
Okay, perfect. I'm good to go then. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Okay, let's see. Stop sharing. Come back here. Okay, great. Oh, good, Catherine. I see you figured out how to get your hand up. I know sometimes it's a little confusing. Zoom tends to move all the things around all of the time as well. So that's been there. Okay, so I know, let's see, we have, I don't know Catherine, I'm not sure when you came up in the chat. I don't know if Ashley was here before you came in and raised your hand or not, because I know you were struggling. So I'm not sure who's first. Ashley's over here smiling. So hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm awesome. Thanks for doing this. Loving these sessions. And yeah, Roger, just go for it, mate. What's the best that can happen? I'm a lot older than I look. We didn't have computers at school, and I just sort of like have a play. You know, you can't break it. You can't break it.
No,
Right, Ali,
exactly.
I want to know, please, the very best way to add a pop-up to my website. I have just launched a scorecard. So basically, answer a few questions, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what it does, it analyzes all your results and then spits out an amazing report to tell you how amazing you are. And then I want them to come and buy the course. So when they come to my website, at the moment, my freebie is a thing, but I want it to pop up because it's brand new and it's exciting. So
Yes.
what's the best way to create that on my website, please, Ali?
Yes, let's do that. Here, I'll share my screen.
I love it when you sing as well. Keep going.
Sorry. I don't know. Sometimes I guess maybe it's a nervous thing. I don't want to have dead air. So I'm like, as I go along.
I get the guitar down if you like.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, what are we doing? Pop-up. Okay, so when we go to site at the top of our navigation and come over here on the left to pages, where is it that you want this pop-up to be popping up at?
On my homepage, please.
On the home page. Okay. So let's see. Edit. And then, so there's a pop-up option right here when you open the page editor at the top.
Got that.
So it's right there. And as soon as my thing finishes loading, I will click it. Okay, so let's see. How do I just did this. I know how to turn the pop-up on. Let's see. This is another little thing. If you're trying to click the pop-up and it keeps doing this, it's accidentally turning on AI. You got to kind of, there we go. Okay, so settings. Whew. So you turn it on right there.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's turned on. So now it's going to pop up when somebody comes to navigates to this page. Obviously, you have to edit all of this, right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Right, so you do that. But all you do is you turn this on over here and you get to it via the setting here after you click on pop-up. And now it's green. We're going to click save. So now it's actually active. So when we come to this page,
that's working. That's working. That was dead easy.
Perfect.
What I had wrong, if you just want to put that up again so everybody else sees, and then go into the thing, press there you go, click on that. What you also need to do is have a trigger. That's why I wasn't seeing it.
Oh,
it wasn't seeing it.
Yes, after you turn it on, yes, we've set this up, and now trigger. And you can do it this way, on landing there.
What would you suggest is the best?
After a delay.
What would you suggest is the best? And if everybody listening, if you've got a pop-up, what are you using? That would be interesting to hear.
Yes. Well, here's one of the things that I will say. You kind of have to know your audience a little bit. If you have it, my initial reaction when I land on a site and there's a pop-up, I'm going there for a particular reason, and it's not that pop-up. I'm going there to find information, so I'm focused. So I click, as soon as a pop-up comes, I click X and it's gone. So I don't know what it said. So for me personally, if I'm coming to your page, I'm going there to look for something. And if something pops up in my way, I get rid of it right away. So I like the after delay, and I give it, or for some folks on exit, or once they start to scroll, because that they get to land there. And you give them a second to breathe and pause to see what they're doing before that pop-up comes. That's my general thought on it.
No, that's a good general thought. What does anyone else think? If they could put their answers in the chat, that would be really helpful. I didn't mess around with the triggers.
Triggers, and on scroll, you can mark it to being on scroll.
Oh, and
on
you can actually
exit.
time. You can time the delay. If you click
Yes,
delay,
you
it gives you a
can.
timer.
Yep, you have a
Yeah.
timer for the delay. You can decide how long, and you can do different types of animations so that it bounces, fades in, flips, swishes, swoops. Yeah, you can
Awesome.
have fun playing with that. It's a little fun
Oh,
playing
I
thing.
love having fun playing with things. Thank you very much, Ali. You're a
You're,
superstar. Thank you very much indeed.
thank you,
You
thank
take
you.
care. Bye,
You
everybody.
too. Bye, Ashley. Okay, let's see. Close that. I'm going to turn this back off. Oh, see, I do it every time. There's a little, you kind of got to really, there we go. Turn it off. And then come back here. Okay, let's see. Who is next? Where's my Zoom? Okay, and did I stop sharing yet? No, here we go. Okay. And I'm back. Okay, hi, Catherine. Yes, let's unmute Catherine. There you are. Hi, Catherine. Sorry you had trouble finding the spots. Zoom does change it around. When I first came back and started doing these lives, I was like, where is it? They moved it.
Yeah, well, I kept clicking the little drop down arrow beside the react, and I was getting all sorts. Anyway, stupid me, I wasn't pushing the actual button. Anyway, you seem to have a lot of Brits on this show today.
Yeah.
Your first comment was we can watch all of these recordings on the Facebook group, and I had no idea you had a Facebook group. Where do we find it? What's the name?
Oh, I'm going to pop the link right in the chat because
Okay.
that is just absolutely, we cannot have that. Here we go.
No.
Facebook. And let me make sure I'm in the proper group link. Here we go.
So I have 100,000 questions for you, but I will.
Yeah, I mean,
restrict myself. Don't worry.
yes, I know sometimes depends, it gets busy. I don't know how long
Yeah, don't
people
worry.
have,
I just would like to ask you about sending emails. So I have quite a long list of students or people in my on my Zenler platform. And every time I've thought I just need to send a couple of people an email, and I go to, maybe I'm going to the wrong place. I go to broadcast and it wants to send the email to everybody. I don't want to send the email to everybody. So I'm sure there's an easy way of just sending an email to one person or two. That was my first part of the question. And the second part of the question was, is it possible to use Zenler to create emails so that I don't any longer have to use my MailChimp account? Or is it better if I want to send well-polished emails that I use MailChimp or MailLite or whatever other app and create the emails there instead? I don't know.
Okay, well, Zenler has email ability. Inside Zenler, they're marketing emails, right? And so if you want to send just one person an email and have like an inbox, there's no inbox in Zenler. If you have a custom domain set up, if you have your own domain, then you can go through whoever your host is and you can add email service, right? You have a custom email. And then that custom email is what you use, like, say mine is Allie@Allie.com, right? That's my custom email. So now I have that programmed in on my Zenler site because you can add verified domain email onto your Zenler site once you add your domain there. And then you have a separate inbox where you can send individual emails out to people and they can send to you, and you have an inbox there to reply to. Okay. When it comes to marketing emails, there's a whole system on marketing emails. So depends on how you want to do it. Yes, you can do broadcast. You can just create an email broadcast from the broadcast section. However, that's not the only way to send emails. Automated emails are throughout the system. So when someone registers for a funnel, there's a section in that funnel for automated emails that you can send them, right? If they register for your course, There's automated emails attached to that course that you can send out. You have the ability to do newsletters inside of Zenler. All of those things are possible with professional email, marketing emails right from inside of Zenler. And if you send me an email, which my email, put your email, don't send me an email, put your email in the chat, because people tend not to send me emails and then I can't get in touch with them. So you put your email, because I will send you a link with some tutorials on putting together the newsletter, putting together a newsletter. We have templates for that. And also, the design and setup, if that's, what you're looking for. But you can definitely do marketing stuff of any kind professionally inside of Zenler. When it comes to having an inbox, Zenler is not your inbox. You have to set that up yourself. And honestly, I did mine through Namecheap, and it was, I don't know, it's like $2 a month. It's a ridiculously low price for a basic inbox on a custom email from your domain. So was that helpful?
That was very good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, let's see. We have Maggie. Hello, Maggie.
Hello, but I think the gentlemen were here before.
Yeah, were they? Okay, it comes up in different orders.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
And I don't know. So who was here first? I don't know if it was Jonathan or Andy, because I'm,
It's
screen
fun.
sharing. No. If everybody's good, we'll just go in order that I see it on my screen.
Okay.
Catherine needs to mute. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so all right, let's see. So who's going to go first? Anybody want to go first? Maggie, Jonathan? Okay, Jonathan, come here. Let's go.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know where the line was, so I apologize if I cut in front of anybody.
I know, I didn't either.
Yeah, I had my own specific questions, but I'm like learning a lot from everybody else. So thanks everybody. That's really helpful. This is my first time on. I'm just new to Zenler. I've set up my full sales page. I've done other courses with other course builders over times and stuff. So I've got some good recommendations to try Zenler. So
great.
I've got several questions, but I'll keep it to one for just today. I was just trying to set up a coupon. I'm on the starter program. It says that coupons are available to use on the starter level. I tried to set up a test coupon. It said one of the tutorials said to set up a 100% off coupon to test purchasing your course as a test student. So when I went into as I'm currently in there right now trying to set up a coupon, it says when I set up the 100% off coupon and I go add, it says upgrade your plan to add full off coupons.
Oh, well,
but it says in the starter pricing plan, it says coupons are included.
Oh, you know what? I do not. That is something that you'd have to email to support@zenler.com to find out if they could do, because if it's not there, that's a technical issue. If it's not allowing you to, there's nothing I can do to fix that on my end. So if you have another question related to something that I can help you with,
I'll go for another question. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was curious about setting up how to define the styles, like for headings and body text and things like that. Is there a way that I can set it up in one place and then it applies to every other place?
Sure. You have a branding area in there. So here, I'll share my screen.
My understanding is if I'm mistaken, that I can't use branding in the starter level, which also seems kind of odd to me.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not. Okay. So here, I'm just going to show you where you would set it up. Okay. And then I'll give you a couple of workarounds in case that doesn't work. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So let's see. I did this. Can you see my screen? Yes. Am I sharing it? Yes.
It says there we go. Okay.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Branding. Okay, so there's an area right here called branding. It's number 2.
I'm sorry, where do I get? Okay, I apologize. I'm not there. How do I get to?
So from your main dashboard area, okay, across the top, site is the one you want highlighted. And then the second option there is branding.
So I'll pause you right there. This is where then it also says upgrade your plan to enable branding. So I can't have
Right. So
basic
this
branding
is
on
where
the starter
you,
page.
right. This is where you program it in. Okay.
Okay, that
Oops.
seems odd. All right.
Yeah. It
Basic
does.
branding is an upgrade feature.
Yes, on the starter plan. So here's
Hmm.
here's what I oh, you might not have you probably can you do custom blocks on your starter plan? Like if you're in a page and you're editing, um I took a sabbatical and Zenler added this new starter plan. So I'm going to have to familiarize myself with it because I'm not familiar with all of the features it allows access to. But
Okay.
on this section right here, once you open up the page editor,
Okay.
you have this option to add a block. And if you go there, there's all of this. There should be an option for custom blocks. Now, the other thing that'll let you know if you have like this right here, can you clone a block?
Uh-huh.
If you have that ability, then
Yeah.
it's kind of a little bit more of a pain in the tuchus to do it.
Uh-huh.
But if you set up a block on your page that you're designing, make sure you add the heading font you want, the subheading, the body text font you want,
Okay.
and then just clone that block so that that text is there for you. I mean, before
Yeah,
you
that makes
design
sense.
it or whatever, if you have the ability to do custom blocks, you can just do a custom block and add that block to the page.
Okay.
So that would be my workaround if you don't
Okay.
have branding, to make it a little bit easier.
That was a question I had too, as far as thank you. That's helpful. I'll play around with that. And
Okay.
like for example, when I was setting up like one area, like from block to block, I mean, it looks like within a block you can clone text or a button or other elements, but you can't drag that element from one block into the next. So if I make a button, a call to action button, like in one of my top blocks, if I want to clone that button, then I can't, I can drag it within that block, which I don't need two buttons in one block. But if I wanted to take that call to action button and drag it down into a block somewhere in the middle of the page, it doesn't drag from block to block. Is that normal that it doesn't allow?
I think, let's see.
Or do I have to recreate that button every time I want to?
You should be able to move it. I mean, this is a different block. Like I just moved that element down here to this block. This is a separate block from this. See? So now this is an element that I just moved. So now I'm going to take it from this block and I'm going to put it right back to where
Okay.
it was. So
All right.
you
I
can.
just did what you did and it worked. And I don't know what I was doing before. So maybe it was just your magic vibe you sent me. So
Yes,
thank you. Okay.
I love
That's
that.
wonderful. That solves a simple problem for me. So thank you.
Good, 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 good.
All
So
right.
glad.
I'll cede
Okay.
my time to the rest of the wonderful people here. Thank you for your help.
Fabulous. You are
Okay.
very welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Every now and then it works. That's all.
That's the thing. I always say technology is amazing and wonderful until it's not. Okay. Stop sharing my video back. Okay, let's see. Who else is now? Who's next? Andy. Okay, I see you. Hello.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
Greetings from Switzerland. Hey.
Greetings.
Ellie, I've got two quick questions. Number one, I work a lot with custom code in Zenler. So imagine I have people that need to fill in a form like documentation of a session that they're doing with clients. I have a custom HTML, and I'm looking for a way to, get the results from the HTML to Zapier. And then Zapier is doing around by a couple of other functions. So I'm interested. What is like the way to get something like the data out of Zenler into Zapier, for example?
I mean, there's a ton of ways to do that.
Okay.
I don't use a Zapier. Okay.
Okay.
So, and obviously we don't support Zapier, but we do have a lot of tutorials on little bits of connecting and
Okay,
running
good.
through things. So, sometimes you can export things. Let's see. Let me share my screen. Okay. So what specific type of data, is there a particular page you want this data to come from? Is there a particular, because there's a
It
few
comes
different.
from a course. So it's in a
Okay.
course. I have an HTML in a course. So like it says, okay, when was the session? What happened in the session? How did you feel? Did you go through all of the steps? Click, click, click. So then that information, needs to be pulled by Zapier. And I've done the API registration with Zenler, but somehow we cannot, the programming guy said there's no real function where he can grab the thing we were trying, because I was working with assignments, but Zapier cannot take the data from assignments. So this is my workaround, because we were hoping to grab assignments, but we couldn't.
Okay, so that's what you want. The completed assignments is what you want.
I had to rebuild assignments in HTML because assignments, as we have in here, cannot be exported. Or,
Okay.
You show me a way how to do that.
Okay. I think, I don't know. Okay, this is. Oh, I am in there.
And Ellie, if this question is too complicated, you can also drop me an email. I'm totally fine with that.
Yes, what I was going to say was because I really want to know, like you're doing right now in HTML, you're doing a workaround. So what I really want to know is what's the main thing that you really want to do, right? So that I can first of all figure out, is that workaround the best possible workaround, or is there actually something simpler that we can do? Because my personal thing is, let's do things that work on our worst days. You know what I mean? Like, let's make sure we set up systems,
I agree,
triggers that work even when you are down and out and like on your deathbed. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought. So in order to do that, I want to zoom it out a little bit and be able to look at it so we can come up with
that's good. I can do
the best thing. Yeah.
Good. Where do I send the email to?
Can
you drop me
you can put your email in the chat if you want. If you're not comfortable with that, I'll put my email in there and you can send it to me. It's Allie@Zenler.com.
It's double L, right?
Yes, Allie@Zenler.com.
Cool.
So that's my
fine.
email, and you can email me. And then we can take kind of a deeper look at that and how we can do it the most efficient way. And that goes for anybody. Like, email me if you have questions, and I can do that. But also, if you put your email in the chat, that'll let me know that maybe you want to follow up, because anybody whose email is in there, I will make sure that I seek you out, because sometimes y'all don't email me and say, oh, this is what we talked about, and then I can't do anything.
I will.
So if you email me, I will follow up with you. And if you put email in the chat, I've got the chat. I'm going to be going through it after sessions and going, okay, let me check on this person and make sure we figured this out. So if you do that, but otherwise, again, the chat's here. So if you want, I'm definitely going to do that. Thank you so much, Andy. I appreciate you.
And just two yes and no questions. So can I overwrite CSS totally with a code in Zenler?
I'm not sure. Sometimes when you overwrite code, wonky things can happen. It's never, we don't offer, that's why we don't offer any sort of support for people that are doing the code stuff. We appreciate your brilliance in that, but if you break it, that's on you. No.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. And if you have a chance and test it out, I've reached out to the tech team, but I don't know. If you put an HTML code in a course, okay, so you're on a course, you put an HTML code in there to make it nice. If you're using that on the app, it doesn't work. The app is not able to handle custom code at all. It just comes out as an ugly text thing, and simulations and tests or questionnaires, zero.
Where are you putting the custom code?
And there's a field. So in courses, you have the options of
where the page SEO is in that upper right hand corner.
Yeah, like you have the boxes you can put in the video, the audio. Then there's a box says custom code. Doesn't work.
And you're doing that just for the lesson?
I'm doing that for in the curriculum. And it just comes out. It looks like DOS 1.0.
Okay. Email me and I'll look at that. Like I said, we don't support custom code stuff, but there's also another.
But it should work.
Yeah,
it's not supporting, but if it.
Yeah,
it's not support, but this is like you said. It should just work. It's technology, custom code. Boom! It should show up, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Cool. I mean, have you sent a message to support about that? Support@Zenler.com. You've sent
three times. I've been in with NATO in the chat again. I don't get any answer.
No. Okay. Well, for now, like I said, we'll look around, but like I said, the custom code stuff we don't support. We don't support that, but we have little tips and tricks and we know things, so sometimes we can figure that out. So email me, we'll follow up. I'll email you. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something.
Super, Allie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you very much. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's see. Did I get you, Maggie? Are you there?
No, I'm here. Thank you.
Yay, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. I am trying to do a custom domain. I have my URL with Namecheap, but it's still connected to Wix, and I don't want it there. I want it to come to Zenler. And they gave me some, I went in and found the article from Zenler, and I checked. There's even a section where it talks about Namecheap. But then I reached out to Namecheap and they said something about a subdomain. So I didn't know if I need that to
create. If you have a domain, well, it depends. So if you have your Wix thing set up and your custom domain is pointing there, then you need to turn that off so that you can then take your custom domain and point it to Zenler. Like it can't point to both. You got to pick one. Correct. So turn it off with one and turn it on with the other. The subdomain is like you can create subdomains, but that's not what you're asking. You want your main domain to go to Zenler.
Exactly.
And if you turn it off with Wix and follow it through with Namecheap in the way that it says to do it, it should work easy peasy. I use Namecheap. Namecheap to me is the easiest one to get the custom domain set up through. But a lot easier to me than like a GoDaddy or something like that. They are a pain in the butt. So if it's not working, if you're having trouble, email me, Allie, or put your email in the chat and I will email you and I will make sure you get the very specific tutorial to do it, because it's not the even techie or not, It's usually something small. I know Roger was kind of having this conversation earlier.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, there might
Right.
be something you've turned off or on that's not
Okay.
making it work. It might be something simple, because the custom domain, especially through Namecheap and
Right. They've
Zenler,
been really, yeah, they've been really helpful. We've been going back and forth in an email, and it said, please note that your school name, newzenler.com, part should be replaced with the subdomain provided to you by Zenler. You might
right.
need to verify Zenler part.
Right. So your subdomain here, you automatically, I'm going to share my screen and show you so that we can
Okay, great.
do this. And for anybody else who is thinking about their custom domain, or setting one up or having issues with it,
Okay.
this is your
Right.
custom domain in area that you set up. Okay.
Right.
Here's the first thing you come to is your site details. Okay. See this name right here, site URL, right?
Yes.
That's a .newzenler.com. So newzenler.com is a domain. Okay.
Mhm.
This could say Allie.newzenler.com. That's a
Right.
subdomain of the New Zenler domain, the main domain.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's basically, you're just taking your site name, your main site name. This is the only URL that you need in there when you're doing it, not anything else from Zenler. It's your full site URL that they're asking for. And once you
Oh,
have that in there and connect it to your custom domain, it will work perfectly.
okay.
Right. So the main page of your site,
Mhm.
that is the subdomain they want. Whatever that is, when you're on your main homepage, whatever that says, that's
Okay.
the New Zenler subdomain, which is what your site is considered a subdomain of New Zenler.
Okay, that part was confusing.
Yes, until you create your own
Create.
custom domain, well, or buy or do whatever, and then create that
Oh, okay.
connection. Once you set up that connection, now that becomes the
Okay.
main domain, right?
Okay, so it's sort of secondary, but you have to have the first one, the site one there. Then
Right.
you
As
can
soon as
create.
the second you create a new Zenler account and it says,
Gotcha.
what's your site name? And you type that word in, whatever that word you typed in is the
Mhm.
word.newzenler.com that your website domain will be set up as. You automatically have a subdomain on the Zenler site that is whatever name you typed in. So, yeah.
Okay. But that's the subdomain. Okay. Gotcha. But I will put my name. I put it for the emails because this is all new to me. And so I'll add it again
Right.
in
Right.
reference to the domains and whatnot. So,
Right.
and then one other real quick thing, I'm setting up a course and I have the potential for a one payment as well as a payment plan. I have PayPal already integrated. I can set up the one payment, but for some reason, when I try the three payment plan, it says client authentication failed.
And that's through what? Through what?
PayPal for my course.
So when you were setting it up under pricing.
Yes.
Okay,
And I connected it to the course.
Connected what to the course?
Well, they ask like which course you're doing when you're in the pricing page. Okay, I set up a one payment. I set up a one payment, and then I went back and tried to set up a payment plan.
Right. Okay. So this is right, the tier. Okay. So add a new plan.
Right.
We're in the course. I'm in this course. This is a sample course. This is just a test site. This isn't real.
Right.
Okay. So I have a free plan on there right now. So now I can add a plan. Okay. And now what you want to add a payment plan?
Correct.
So you want to add a payment plan. And you want.
So Mine is like 3 payments of $79.
So $79, additional fees, installments. How many did you say? 3?
3. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Billing is monthly.
Yes.
Okay. And nope. Yep. I knew it was going to make me a mess. Payments plan. So it won't let you do that.
Right. I could do the one payment, but then I could not do the payment plan for the same course.
Okay, so add a plan. Let me do one-time purchase. Price. Whatever. One-time payment. And finish. Okay, so they're both there. So let's go to the course page and see what's.
Now, I reached out to Zenler and they said something about PayPal and a secret key.
Yeah, well, see, and it might be what you have to do is you have to, for payment plans, you might need to log into PayPal. Yeah, I would do that. I'm not sure. This is a test site. I'm not sure what integrations I have. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Integrations. Yeah, I have Stripe, not PayPal on this one.
Oh, okay.
So I can't go in and because I don't have the PayPal set up to be able to show you that right now. So
Okay.
if you
But it should work.
Right, and chances are it's something really simple in your PayPal settings on your main PayPal account. But I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at it, and if you email me or put your email in the chat, and you don't have to put it public. You can privately chat me your email so that I have it, and you're not sharing it publicly in the chat. So you can do that. And I will follow up and make sure what it is with the PayPal thing because I haven't been using PayPal. And like I said, I just got back from sabbatical, so I don't know how they changed so many things. You wouldn't believe what I went through just to figure out how to. Facebook changed how they allow live streaming, so I had to relearn all that. I'm just like, are you? Like I said, technology.
Exactly.
It's fabulous until it's not.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, let me move this out of my way so I can come back here to all of you fabulous people. Okay. All right. And I see Roxanne has joined us. I will unmute. Hello, Roxanne.
Hello again.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I hope you are.
I am, thank you.
Okay, a couple quick things. So I had my first live went really well in my course. And in my second live, I did not toggle when I set it up, I didn't toggle the automatic Zenler Zoom thing to record to the cloud.
Cloud recording, yep.
Yeah. And I'm doing Zenler Zoom now. I don't have my own, I mean, I have a Zoom account, but I'm not. So I didn't do that. And then when I hit record, once I was in the meeting, I neglected to also, it asked me, do I want to
record to my computer or the cloud, and for some reason I just didn't see that. And so the meeting didn't get recorded, bottom line.
Oh,
So was it recorded anywhere? I couldn't
no.
find it in, no,
If
I don't
you
think so.
listen, if you're on your thing, like look at this Zoom session you're in right now. Okay, at the
Yeah.
very top of the screen it says recording, and there's a pause button. I mean, you probably don't have that, but there's probably a
I
red
did
dot.
that. No, I did that. I saw the red light and everything, but when
And
I
the
went,
recording, well, then it's there somewhere. So what happens? Go into your computer because it's Zoom. It does this. It did this to me. Go
yeah,
into your computer files, search, right? Search
yeah,
area. Just type in the word Zoom. You will find a random folder with some name and click on it. And when you open it up, it'll be the recordings will be in there. I remember when it did that to me, and this was a long time ago, but if you saw the record option, it's recorded and it went somewhere. If it's
okay.
not in your Zenler cloud, um, even though I don't know, do you have your own Zoom account?
I do.
Because
I checked everywhere I
and
possibly
it's not
could.
in the Zoom. Okay, so it's not in the cloud of Zoom, so it's on your computer somewhere.
I
That's in
hope
there
so. Well,
somewhere.
anyway,
If it's not, then there's nothing. It's not. If it's not, then
yeah,
it's not there. But yeah, you got to remember to turn on the automatic record if you want that set up.
yeah,
And when you're in the session, if you choose record, and it's showing recording. It's there somewhere. You just have to find it.
yeah. Okay. And the other thing is about communities. So when I first started using the communities, I didn't realize there was an overall community, like a public community, and then there's private communities for each class. So I just started randomly talking to everybody in the public community when I should have just been talking to the people in my class. Okay, so I figured that out. But
Okay.
then I had to tell my students, so they had to figure it out. And then as I'm using the course and the communities, is there any way that you can access communities within the course without having to like I have to have two tabs open at the same time, my course and my communities. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's two different areas, so they're not in the same
Okay.
spot. So you've got to be in two different areas to do it. I mean,
Okay.
that's all.
All right.
Yeah. What kind of PC are you on? What kind, do you have a PC or?
Apple,
Oh, you're on a Mac.
Mac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You should be able to do split screen so that they're both side by side for you, so it's easier.
Okay.
Even window, like there's a split, you should be able to do split screen feature
Okay.
on a Mac. They just added it. I just got it on my dang PC. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able to do both.
Chrome. Yeah, you could do split screen. So it's got both up. I've been doing that when I work on my
Okay.
site lately.
Thank you
So
for that.
you're very welcome. Test it out and see if it
Okay.
see if it, it's not perfect, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's something.
And then the other thing is, I did get the app on my phone so that I would get notifications of my students when they post. I don't get email notifications, even though I have it toggled on. I just don't get them. I don't know why. So that's number
Okay.
one. And the
Okay.
other thing is the app itself is a little bit glitchy. Like I keep clicking the same thing, like go to my private community and it stays on the public community. And I do it two or three times before it finally kicks in. I don't know if that's
Mm.
normal or what, but it's
Yeah.
annoying.
That's of course, like I said,
Yeah,
technology is amazing and not amazing at the same time.
right.
Those are things those are tech support kind of things that are tech support specific. I
Okay.
have nothing to do with that. I have no idea how to make an app work or not work,
Okay,
so
but
that is
it,
something that the support at Zenler.com, that's the tech support team will be able to
okay.
maybe offer some
Okay.
information on, but I don't have any information on the app like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll be writing a comment and the thing will just quit.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's like, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so the more I use it, the more I'm finding, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Like I forgot to enable, um, I forgot to enable the drip sequence. I told them that it was live and it wasn't because the
Yeah.
drip hadn't released yet.
Mhm.
Things like that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. One of the things that I've found helpful, especially recently, because I'm ADHD on a good day, okay? Just
mhm.
ADHD. I'm also full menopause and the brain fog that comes with that on top of ADHD. Are you kidding me? Some days I wake up and don't know who I am anymore, okay?
Yeah.
However, I've had to take a step back and like try to look at things from afar. I'm telling you, make it yourself a checklist.
Mhm.
Like, get a little checklist. David has a really great one in the quick start in the tutorial site. And it's a checklist that you can download that gives you the step, for getting your site set up, things like that. And I personally love that checklist that he created. And I sort of make my own checklist in addition to that for very specific things that I'm doing. Because, like for you, you have a course set up a very specific way. Not
Mhm.
everybody's going to run a live session during their course or have it attached to their, right? So everybody's going to have a different workflow. Just
Sure.
because it's inside Zenler doesn't mean your workflow is the same as someone else's.
Yeah.
So, make a little checklist and be like, oh yeah, that's got to be in my workflow every day. Cause I
Yeah,
can't,
that's a great suggestion.
yeah, do it. And I also use ChatGTP to help me create those lists and I'll have it put things into a spreadsheet for me. And then as I'm working and I find, oop, I missed this step, I go back to ChatGTP and I say, hey, chat, add XYZ to my spreadsheet. Because then it's an ongoing, I'm building my checklist as I go because I forget one day I forgot this. So now I add it to the list and I keep going. Oh, that day I forgot that. Oh, now go and do this. So I kind of look at it like it's constantly a work in process and I'm constantly adding to that list.
That's a great idea. Thank you for those suggestions.
You're very, very welcome, Roxanne.
All right, thank you.
And you're welcome. All right. I don't, do I see any more hands up? Hold on a second. I just need a quick bathroom break, y'all. So I promise you, I will be right back. 2 seconds. All right. Okay. Chat. And now I see. Let's see who is next. I see 3 people now. I see Jonathan's hand. I don't know if your hand is still up or if you raised it again, Jonathan. Your hand is up again, and we have who's first? I was on screen share, so not Jonathan. So to fit. Oh, you think okay, there we go. I did you unmute? There you go.
Hi.
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 How do we say your name? Sana? Sienna?
Sana.
Sana?
Mhm.
Lovely to meet you, Sana.
And happy to be on this call. Lots of good information. So thank you so much.
Oh, good. I'm very happy to hear that. How can I help you today?
Well, you had mentioned Namecheap, and currently I have Gmail. Is there any restrictions that Zenler does if it's not if I'm using Gmail for my emails?
You mean on your Zenler site, you have something at gmail.com as your email address?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. One of the things that you're going to find when you're like a custom domain email is always preferable when you're sending marketing emails, because otherwise they're going to get flagged. They end up in spam. There's lots of deliverability problems on emails that are not part of your own custom domain email. So that's up to you. But I don't think, like, as far as it depends, and it also depends on, like, you guys have to think about this too. Think about the industry that you're in, what kind of professional environment you're working in. Something at gmail.com for some businesses may be totally fine on a professional, on how it looks. When it comes to the technology of it, custom emails are always going to have better deliverability. It's going to look better. It's also going to be more professional. That's always always the case. But using your own Gmail account, depending on your industry, depending on when you're an entrepreneur, I think it's fine in the beginning. But I think eventually everybody would like to, I think when you're a business, you should have a business email.
Right. Yeah. I just, for the beginning, I just didn't know whether there was any limitations.
Right. No, I mean, there's going to be limitations based on deliverability, but that's not in Zenler's end.
Okay. Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
And then the other comment was, for my particular site, I typed in Santa 1 and, so that's the name of my Zenler site. So if I want to change that, I can change that.
Yes, you can. You can change it. One of the things I'm going to just, for everybody, you can. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you, because when you change the name of your site, you're changing the name of every URL on your site. Okay. So every URL is changing. So if you just started your site, like that, see, I can do split screen. Isn't that cool? I wasn't trying to that particular time. When you are doing, oh my goodness, my brain just lost what we were talking about. Pull this up. What were we talking about?
Changing the domain's name.
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness. I told you, full menopausal brain fog. It's killing me. You can change the site name right here. It's going to give you a warning. It's going to change it changes links. So if you have links out there, they'll be broken. People won't be able to find your site. And sometimes there's glitches that happen. So if you have courses like this course right here, if you look at it, I just wanted to preview the course. Come on now. If you go here, it has, it has that name of my site as part of the name of the link. So it will change them in certain places. So if you have a fresh site and you don't have you don't have courses and funnels and all this stuff set up, then you will be able to do it without much trouble about anything. Just know that if you are going to change and update the name of your Zenler site, which you can do, if you've got a lot of content created on your site, published like courses and funnels, and you've got links out there, some of the stuff may get broken. So just be fully aware of that, which is another sort of good idea to have that custom domain, because then they won't see whatever your site name is that you plugged in on Zenler when you started. They'll see whatever that custom domain is.
And with the Pro plan, it says I can have 3 custom domains. That means 3 different domains that are leading into my one Zenler, or 3 different areas of Zenler. 3
Zenler sites is what you get. You get 3 Zenler sites.
Okay.
So like right here, this is a site. If this profile of me in the dashboard, if I click that, those are all the sites, right? Okay. So your pro users get 3 sites and premium users get 10.
So how would I add a second site?
So you do that from your main site, whatever your main site is.
Yep.
When you go there, you will have an option under my account.
Okay.
When you go there to add a site. Right here, it's telling me I have to go to parent site. I'm not going to do that because that's my site. But I'm not going to show you my stuff. But if you go there, on there, then you will be able to click an option. It'll say add site. There'll be a button, and then you give it a name, and it'll be that name.newzenler.com. Awesome. And you will have a whole new dashboard area and everything. And do know, the one thing that I want everyone to know when it comes to creating that additional Zenler site is that all of your Zenler sites share your limits, right? So the limits on your Zoom sessions are shared through those 3 sites. The information on those sites is not shared between, right? So it's not like you can just go, from this course to this. No, that information is not shared. You've got separate everything. You've got to reconnect your payment integrations, set those up separately on each site. All of that is separate, but the limits that you have set to your full Zenler account for your email sends and for your live sessions, those are all shared between those sites. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yep. And so if I'm using the Zoom from one at the same time, I can't use the Zoom at the same time. Like I can't have conflicting courses.
Well, how would you run two? I
don't know.
Well, if you're not going to run two as an individual, you're not going to run two live sessions at the same time. So that's not going to be a problem. If you have a school, different sessions should be able to start. That's
that makes sense. I guess I was just I like to press the limits. So
yeah. Hey, listen, that's how you find out if stuff really works is you go fast and break stuff. No, that's how you test.
Oh, one last question. This session is getting recorded. Is there a place to look at old recording?
Oh yeah, everywhere. There is. So you can go to our YouTube channel, and here, what I'll do is I will just pop links in the chat for everybody. Our Zenler YouTube channel. Oh goodness. And just a warning, y'all, I'm in Florida. We're having a storm right now. And oh my goodness, my house just shook. So just telling you. Okay, and where's my Zoom? There it is. Zoom. There we go. Why is it not letting me get back to my Zoom session? I'm trying to, there you are. So I can pop these links in the chat for you guys. There's the YouTube channel. And there is a support desk session playlist, and all of the previous recordings are there. And if you go to our Facebook group, in the Facebook group, the live recordings are all in there. So if you type in the group search, support desk, all of the support desk posts will come up, and some of them will be the events, obviously. So there's no video there, but some of them will be the live recordings of this session. So you'll be able to access them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay. So to fit first, Andrea.
Hello,
Andrea. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you very much. I've been
You're
using
welcome.
Zenler for quite some time, so I have a long list here we're going to get through real quick.
Okay, well, try to be fast.
All right. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, I've watched all of the videos, but I have a situation with tiers. I have a quick question regarding, you could probably give me a yes or no, can it be done? I have tiers on this current class, which I do sewing classes and pattern making online. Right now, most of my members are paying through Patreon, which I'm slowly moving them over because I'm uncertain about the taxing situation for Texas. So I meet with my man. I call him my man, my tax guy today at 3. My man. Anyway, within the course, I need to know if there is, right now, I have a pay for the members. They are only paying for the pattern. So the course is technically free for them, but they pay the $14 to cover the pattern fee. But I have the free members or free people. I want to know if I can do some type of tier for them to be able to get into that course without getting the pattern, because some people don't want to buy patterns. Or just give me your thoughts on that real quick.
Yeah, you can. If you set up tiers, right, you can do tier 1 is for people who don't want the patterns. Tier, so absolutely. And you put the patterns in the tiers where people want to buy the patterns. Now, I'm not sure exactly how your whole business runs, what the big picture look of that is. However, we just had a situation last week, support desk, with the tiers, and like people come in and they join, say, tier 1, Depends. Do you have a drip schedule set up? Do you have
Yeah, I do.
this? Okay, so with the drip schedule, what happens is if somebody is in your tier one and then they decide to upgrade and go to tier 2 or 3, it restarts their drip. Okay, so
Okay, so
now
what I
it's
want to do is I have it to where they are in the course, but I have live stream integration for the folks who are in the paid section if they have the pattern. But I want to have a tier because I know I can click which lessons each tier can get. But what I want to know is, can I make sure they can't, the people who are not paying, can I take out the live section for them? You know, because I have 3 live classes. We've already done one. It
as
shows up
long
in
as
there.
the key thing when you're doing tiers is to make sure that you have the right content in the right tier. That's all.
Okay.
If you have the content, if you have the live lesson in a tier where they have access, then they're going to have access. So just make sure that you have those settings set properly. And then yeah,
Okay.
you can do that.
Okay, now, and I know this is probably a David issue, but I want to have my entire site set up as the Zenler tutorial site for my main page so that people will know where to go. It's really nice. So I'm just curious. I guess I'll ask David how to copy those blocks or how to literally copy y'all's website because it's exactly what I want. Is that
You
a David?
you want your site to look like the Zenler tutorial site.
Tutorials.Zenler. Yeah.
I like that site. Yeah, you can do like custom, like you can, right? Like it's just a matter of going in and creating the custom blog. So I'm not going to go through the whole process because that's
No,
that's a lot of
I
stuff.
know how to
But
create. I know how to create all my custom blocks. I just want to know, is there a way to copy your code? I think David said something about that. Is that, I know, I'm not real sure. I remember that there's a way to copy
okay,
another.
yeah, I mean, there is lots of ways to copy code. So
I'll ask David
yes,
about
well,
that.
so there's several ways, right? So on a main site, when you're on any website, if you right click the screen and come down here and click inspect, it gives you the code. Okay, like this is this is your view on here. So you can grab some stuff in here, right? Like I'm sure
I see it.
I can't support that, but I'm just telling you, you
Yeah.
can access that there.
Okay.
When it comes to, yeah, you can't, yeah.
I know how to do that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
David has a course on
I think he had one on Porterfield copying her website or something.
yes, he has how to ethically copy a site is what the course is named on the tutorials site, how to ethically copy a site. And it's let's see, oops. Go up here.
Yeah, because I want to put all of my stuff exactly like that, but it'd be all of my information, all of my blog posts and videos and stuff.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And is it in here? How to ethically copy a site? That might be under marketing, but it's in here somewhere.
Okay.
If you go through, he's got them in here.
I'll find it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that one is a pretty good one. I really liked that one that David did on how to ethically copy a site. He did a couple
Okay.
different styles to kind of give y'all an overview of that, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So the next one I have, I don't know if you can go to my site or something, but I have a community. And I had to recreate another community for the Fit Cut. So it's a e-course that I have that's just a sew along. And I usually did those on YouTube, but I'm not doing anything on YouTube anymore. So I'm moving all of my sew alongs, quote unquote, to my website and calling them course, Fit Cut sew along workshop. So the community is called Fit Cut Sew. It's locked. it's a sub community just for the course. And I'm wondering, did I do something wrong? Or if you can't see it, no problem. I went ahead and created a new one, but it says it's private. And I don't know where to go to make it not private anymore so that the course can actually reach it. Or is it that when I cloned the first one, did it deactivate the original community that's attached to that original course?
Right. There are some rules with the communities. Here, I'll share my screen again. There are some rules when it comes to communities and your thing. I think you can only have one private community per course or something. Like there's certain rules. Okay. So you do have to follow those when it comes to the communities, if it already has one. So it's gonna make me go to community. And you have this community set to a specific course?
I have, the way you're looking at it right now, I have 3 communities. I'll tell you exactly how it looks on my screen. So the way you're looking at it, you'll see members, and then under my feed, you have communities. I have 4 communities. I have my body's original course. It's under communities. Oh, it probably, well, anyway, I have communities, my main public community that's open to anybody that hits my website if they are a member, if they sign up on my website. Then I have my Patreon people who are coming from Patreon as I train them to get over here. Then I had to create the Fit Cut Sew Along underneath the communities tab. Then down below there says course community, course discussions.
Yes.
That's probably what the problem is.
Okay. So here's what it is. All right. In your, so inside, when you create a community, when you create a course, communities live in that community section, but then you have this option under courses. Okay. When you create a course, you have the ability under a lesson, right? So when you're in your curriculum, you have the ability under a lesson to enable discussions. Okay. If you enable discussion under that particular lesson, what happens is it's like a little messaging thing for that course. But those messages are show up in communities under discussion. So it becomes a separate, it comes from a separate place, right? But those chats, those discussions under your lesson show up under the communities tab, and they show up under discussions.
That makes so much sense. I am happy about that. Thank you. Because I was wondering how to get to that when I give people access to communicate within the course. I don't want to have to try to follow all that. Okay, so another one. This website, this Zoom that we're doing right now, is this considered an interactive live Zoom, or is it considered a live class? What are we on right now? What did you select to be able to block us from turning on our mute button? I have some people who just act like they don't know how to turn off.
That's a setting. You're the host of a Zoom session, and this is for every one of you. As the host, you always have control of that no matter what session you choose. Okay. Now the sessions you choose have a little bit of different functionality. We're not here for education today, so we're not going to go through what those are, but we do have lots of information on the difference between live sessions, and you can go look at that. But under host tools in your session, now you're allowed to start every Zoom session on Zenler platform 15 minutes before the scheduled start time, which means nobody else is going to be joining in that Zoom session during those 15 minutes. They'll be on the waiting page. Okay. So when you get into your Zoom session, there's a little shield icon at the bottom of the screen that says host tools. And when you click on
Okay.
that, there's little check marks next to things. Like for this
Mhm.
particular one, everything except unmute themselves is checked. You have to ask, and then when you ask, I can go up to, when it's your turn to talk, I go and I click a little option that says ask to unmute, and then that allows you the ability to unmute. So you
Okay.
have that control in every Zoom session you create.
So we're on a regular Zoom today then.
This
Okay.
is no, this is as far as a Zoom session is concerned, this is a Zenler Zoom session that is run through how we set it up is through a one-on-one booking.
Okay.
That's the option we choose for our own reasons. And again, there's lots of different reasons to choose one-to-one booking versus live class versus webinar versus live interactive webinar. Each one, some of them have similar functionalities, some of them different functionalities. Every single Zoom session, whether run through Zenler or run through your own Zoom, has host tools which give you control over what happens once you're in this room.
I always use one-to-one, and that's how I get everybody in all the time. And then I use live class like 100. Those two I use 100% of the time, if you are 50-50, but mostly 75-50.
Yeah.
The webinar, I use that when I do like public free things. But the interactive Zoom, I'll do some more research on that because I was curious, because here interactive live to my e-course, not just live class. So can I do both of the interact live class or interactive live to the e-course? I know I can't do the webinar into the e-course, but can I do the interactive live? Or how do I do that?
Well, when you go into your site. Okay.
Because I know he said we can do live class into the.
Right.
I just want you to understand. I'm not asking you to, educate me. Some of the things that I'm dealing with are little tiny quirky things.
Yes. No, each of those. Well, here's the thing. Once you know the functionalities, like if you're using like live area is not something everybody needs to learn the options of, right? Not
Right.
everybody needs, because they're not using them. Okay. So if this is something you're using on a regular basis, then it makes sense for you to be in the Zenler area of this and asking more questions around this and the details around this, and learning the different nuances of each of these things. It just makes sense for you to do that. Not everybody's going to, not everybody's going to. So if you're using the live classes and the live interactive webinars in your thing and that's working for you, that's what I would continue. That's what I would continue working on. Live streaming. That's live streaming.
I love the live streaming. It works great. The only thing is, I was trying to decide, is it that live interactive? I want to be able to use it inside a course, and I guess I can just keep trying. I mean, I'm confused on how that one will work compared to the live class. Because some people, I want them to not be able to talk. I mean, I just don't even want them to, I want them to seem like they're getting a live stream on YouTube, because they're not on a tier.
That's right. So really, that's really where your workarounds come in. Learning is figuring out how to separate the people that are watching on the same, like if it's one live stream, you're trying to do two things. You're trying to interact with paying members and allow non-paying members to join it, which I'm not sure why you need to do that. Honestly, the people that paid get to join live. The recording of that can go up in your community or in the course area where they have it, and they can watch the replay because you're not interacting with them. They don't get the benefit of the live because they haven't paid for it. So you're just sharing the recording with those people.
Well, the funny thing is that I had down here your thoughts. So thank you for your thoughts. We on my
well,
last.
because it's an extra step you have to take to try to figure out how to let these people join the Zoom, but they haven't paid for it and you don't want them to talk, but you want, and it's like, you know what, let's not try to juggle all of that, because that's my brain. Like that's that brain fog. Let's create things for my worst day. And on my worst day, there is no way I'm figuring out which one of you paid and which one of you didn't. I'm only letting you paid people unmute today. No, like, so just give them the recording and then you don't have to worry about it. That's where my brain goes anyway.
Okay, so I have a few people who are very helpful and they do moderating for me. I want them to be affiliates on my website. So when I went to the affiliate section, I want to be able to let them become affiliates. I went to the site and I went over to affiliate. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I went
I'm
over to,
sorry. I'm sorry, Andrea. I know we're like in the middle of this discussion, but Jonathan still has his hand up, and I know we've been through 2 or 3 questions, and I just want to make sure that I'm able to answer his question. I don't know how long he has, and I don't know how long you have. I want to make sure everyone gets what they need. So, is the affiliate thing related to the Zoom?
no, it's not. I just need to know how to add an affiliate.
To add
Okay.
an affiliate on the site. I
Yeah.
don't know if I don't have that set up on my fake site yet. If you need, did you put your email in the chat for me yet?
You want me to put my email?
Yeah,
It's
if you can,
Andrea@sodafit.com.
yeah, if you put it in there, what I'll do is I'll send you the direct little tutorial, because right now, and this is just part of the process of I'm setting up a demo site for all of the support desk stuff. This is only my second session with y'all since I've been
Okay.
back, and I don't have every little area of the site set up to be able to test and show you how to do it properly without it being weird. So I would rather I'll email you. It's not too complicated at all. You should be able to get it. And if you have questions about it after I send that to you, then we'll discuss it. We'll be able to figure it out.
Okay, so one thing for you to remember when you do get back to that is I was just trying to put the percentages and ask how I paid them once they sign people up. That's all.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can choose each person you add, you can choose a different percentage. Yeah, there's lots of things with the affiliate. You can have them affiliate for all products, a specific product. And you can, this affiliate, you can give 30% to, this one 50%. Yeah, you have very granular detail of that. And I
Okay.
will
Okay.
make sure you get that information for sure.
Thank you. That was
Thank
all.
you. All right, Andrea.
I came to class prepared.
You did. You brought it today. You got me making sure I know what I'm doing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello again. I hope this is just a quick question.
Okay.
I was just following up since I couldn't use the coupon that I mentioned before. I thought, well, I'll just go in. I reset my course pricing at just $1, just so I could test as a student, logged out and purchase the course for $1. Then I went back into, and everything was fine. And I went back into my logged back into my dashboard, and I see that off $1, the earning is 67 cents. And I'm wondering, I thought there were no transaction fees on the Zenler side. I expect to have a transaction fee on when I go through Stripe, my payment processor, but I'm wondering, why is it saying that off $1 I'm making 67%?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because that's really concerning. I mean, if I'm losing 33% of a sale every time to Zenler, that's
yeah,
and I'm just starting new here with Zenler, so I'm like, I need to,
yes.
yeah.
No, I can appreciate that very much so. Yes, I will have to look at that. I don't know, because again, I just came back from sabbatical, and and they've done a lot of updates since I've been gone.
Gotcha.
And I've been gone, over a year. So
Fair enough.
they've done a lot of, and this starter plan is brand new. So I apologize I am getting up to date on all of this new stuff they've got going on. So yes, I will. Oh, I got Maggie's email there too. And yeah, if you email me or chat me. You can put your email in the chat. You can privately chat it to me if you don't want it chatted to the public chat. And then I will follow up with everybody from the chat on those things.
Okay, I'm putting that in the chat right now. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
That's great.
You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, Catherine, I got you too. Yep, I'm gonna make sure I get all the chat, and that'll kind of be part of my process as I do support desk, because there's a lot happening and I'm one person. So I've got a chat, I've got new people coming in, new people raising their hand, I'm screen sharing, talked about one thing, somebody's asking something in the chat over here. And sometimes it can be very distracting, lots of stuff going on. So there are some things that if you put in the chat, I'm going to download the chat and I'm going to make sure to follow up with everybody who's in a session that had a question. And I'm going to make sure it was answered to your satisfaction. If it's something that needs to be talked about with the team itself, I'm going to be sending them messages to follow up with you. And the only way I have to keep track of all of that, because I can't like take notes and stuff while I'm in here with you all, is if you put it in the chat. I'm going to download the chat at the end of every session, and I'm going to be going through it with a fine-tooth comb and following up with everybody to make sure that you have a satisfactory resolution to whatever you came here for that day. Okay. So even though it may not be perfect when I first come in, I may not know the answer, may not be able to find it for you, but I'm following up with y'all. I'm going to stalk you. So you better be. No, I'm just kidding. I'm coming. I'll follow up with you.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right.
We're very helpful.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah. And again, I'm working with the team right now on expanding the schedule and the hours for this. So it'll be more than just one little session. You'll have different days you'll be able to pop in and get that extra support. So I know we're about 10 minutes before our typical stop time. Andrea or Jonathan, do you have another question or anything?
No, thank you. I'm all done. That was all. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, you can mute. And then Andrea, did you need another question? Do you have something else?
Oh, great. You came back to me. I was typing it in regarding the email response and address on streams or whatever. When I get another site, because I want to use one for other types of businesses, will the email responses, addresses, and all come from Soul to Fit? Will it come from Andrea at Soul to Fit if I'm using my a second site?
Yeah, however you set it up. Okay, so you're going to set up the second site the same way you do the first site. You're going to put in the from emails, you're going to put in all of that. The main site, your login is always whatever your main Zenler login is. Like that's how you created your Zenler site. So that's the thing that's attached to all of your Zenler sites. But then when you set up that particular site, you can use a different email if you want. You can use,
So would I be able to use a different domain name?
Yep, you can set up a different domain for that separate site as well. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that look, girl. That was I'm gonna get that screenshot, them eyes and those thumbs up. You were like, all right.
Let me tell you something. I have been on Zenler when you guys were offering from the UK 4 hours, 3 days a week. I was on every 4-hour live stream, 3 days a week, even the ones that started at 5 a.m. my time. I built my entire site with
David and
what's her? Oh my God,
Man-Meat.
I built and David. I built my entire site. I am very thankful.
Yeah,
very thankful.
Yeah. So well, I'm so glad. Yes,
that was it.
Good. Thank you, Andrea. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today on Support Desk. Like I said, we're going to be adding in some additional support desk hours, so you all will be able to pop in at different times. And if anybody watching this live or on the replay of any kind, if you have any suggestions as far as timings, time of day, your particular time zones, because Zenler is global, right? So we're everywhere. So all the different time zones, different countries, different places. And I'm in the US. As Andrew was saying before, you got the rest of the team, like most of it are in the UK. And so we're trying to get different types of hours that are more convenient for different people in different time zones. So feel free, Allie@zenler.com is my email. Feel free to email me, tell me what your time zone is. I cannot guarantee you that I'm going to be live in your time zone, but I'm going to do my best. And as we always say, if there's a need in the community, we're on top of it. So these sessions will get expanded based on the need from the community. The more of you that show up to these sessions, the more of you that participate, the more of you that are emailing me and saying, Allie, we want this, we need this times, we need these times. Then I can take that information to the team and say, hey, we have, 20 people emailing me that they need XYZ time zone. So I think we should set it up and test it out, right? Like we need that data from you. And then we'll be out there with you all. We'll be setting up those sessions and getting more times for you all to get the support that you need. So make sure you all do that. Show up to the sessions, email me, tell me what you're looking for, because over the period of time, we'll just add more and more and more to continue to support you. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Okay. One more. All right. Come on, Andrea.
Clarification. This is for technical assistance, right?
No, this is support desk. So sort of technical in the usage of Zenler, but not tech support like our tech support team. There are certain things that I don't have access to, I can't work on. So tech support, I know words and people understand different things different ways. So yes, this is a sort of a technical support where we can help you through some technical bits within the Zenler site, but it's not tech support in the sense of if there's glitches, if there's things that aren't working, if there's things you need, those things, that's not us. I am not a tech support person where I have access to like the back end and I can check error codes and blah, blah, blah. That is not me. And that is not what I can do. So a certain level of technical support when it comes to the platform functionalities, setting certain things up, that kind of technical, but not tech support in the traditional sense.
Okay, I wanted to just make sure that the scope of my questions were within this service, because I don't want to bring the wrong type of questions.
And you know what? I appreciate that so much, Andrea. And here's the thing. If you come with a question that I can't answer, I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I can't answer it. So nothing terrible is going to happen if you do, but I do appreciate that because you be prepared to come in with those questions, write them down. That's my challenge to all of you right now, is to challenge me and come in here with your big messy questions and put me to the test. Let's do it. Get me trained up just right.
Okay, thank you so much. You've done a fantastic job, and your video on YouTube, you are very clear in all of your answers. Everything I've watched you do has been wonderful. So thank you. I will definitely be attending your classes whenever you add them. I have Thursday from 10 to 12 set. Yeah.
So you're good to go. All right. Well, thank you, Andrea. That makes me feel great. And we love that feedback.
A lot of times I like to come in and just watch and listen to other people's questions. So you're on my to-do list regularly. So
okay, good. And that is actually for those of you who may not feel comfortable coming on to a support desk session and asking a question, maybe that makes you uncomfortable. you can still join camera off and sit and listen to what's happening. I can't tell you the number of times we've had members like Andrea come into sessions and say exactly that. Like, I learned just from being in the room. Wow, this was great. So definitely do that. You don't have to come on camera. You don't have to unmute your mic. Of course, we love it when we do because we want to engage our community and we want to support you. But if not, you can still learn a lot just by being in the room. Be in the room.
Okay, another point regarding David's checklist. So I use the checklist for everything I do, but what I also did is I went, now this is me just patting myself on the back.
Do it.
So Zenler has all of the answers on the website, but it's really, when you're getting into the nitty gritty, it's sometimes difficult to kind of connect the dots. So what I did, just like yourself, Allie, I took ChatGPT and I told ChatGPT to go to the New Zenler website and give me a full checklist of everything I need to create this particular course. Go to the New Zenler website and tell me how to do this. You know, so that's how I use ChatGPT. And I thought I might share that with you because it is insanely good at reading everything you guys have put on the website. That's so cool. So yeah.
Yes. And you know what? I use ChatGPT for a lot of things like that too. And the only caveat, which is the same caveat ChatGPT tells you, check the work of ChatGPT. It is it's first of all, literally it guesses. That's all AI is. It's guessing, it's predicting, right? So it's fancy guessing. Okay. That's all that it is. It's not sentient. It doesn't really, so check it.
My friend told me I talk to ChatGPT like it's a bad child, and I say, I don't need you. I tell ChatGPT, I need you to go to New Zealand. I don't want your commentary. I don't need your ideas. I don't need you to paraphrase. I need you to get direct information. If it's not on that website, I don't want you to tell it to me.
Exactly. It runs off. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on Support Desk Live. We will be back next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. And I look forward to seeing you all then. So thank you all for joining me. And we will see you next Thursday, same time, same place. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.